together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle, always by my brother Tim, and today we have 4 games in the NHL, 8 games in the NBA. So not a crazy slate. Tomorrow will probably be a little bit bigger of a card, I'm assuming, because we also get one college football semifinal tomorrow too. Penn State and Notre Dame. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess we'll recap yesterday, which for me started off well, and then just like the teams forgot what a win was after like the first couple. Because I started off with a couple nice ones there. Columbus Blue Jackets win in overtime at a +135 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I pushed the Stars -1. The over 5.5 does not get through there with Ottawa and Detroit. And then that was all. They're like, all right, that's all the wins you'll get is Columbus though in hockey, because Philly, the one time I trust the freaking Flyers, they lose 3-2 to the Leafs, and the Blues blow I think multiple leads in that game. They give up 3 unanswered goals in the third period. They lose 6-4. Very frustrating there. Oh, I did have the over 5.5 Nashville and Winnipeg. That was a winner. And then Anaheim +125 and overtime loser. So frustrating there. And then the NBA had 3 plays. Won the first one. How about the Charlotte Hornets snapping their losing streak with an 11-point win over the Phoenix Suns? And then the NBA was like, all right, that's good enough for you. New Orleans +5.5, no good. And neither was the Atlanta Hawks -6.5. So overall down like 3 units yesterday. So not a good day yesterday.
Yeah, no, it was not a great day. College basketball, Pittsburgh +14.5, loser. Toledo -9.5. They were winning by a good chunk for the entire game. They won by 3. Loser there. We did get winners with Texas Tech +3.5. Winner there. How about the UGA, the Bulldogs? Nice double-digit win against number 6 Kentucky. My other though, what do you call it game? The Vanderbilt did not get there. Ranked versus unranked system play. So those went 1-1, but was up money because hey, Georgia was +130. NBA went 2-2 for me. Hornets +4.5 and the over in the Jazz game both got there. Pelicans +5.5 was a loser. Nuggets, I got 6.5. Jokic gets ruled out. That game was tied with 6 to go. I think it finished a 14-point game.
Ouch.
Yeah, all of a sudden the Celtics couldn't stop making threes, and that game got ugly quick. +6.5 on the Nuggets was a loser. And then I got to talk to somebody because it says the Blue Jackets were a push.
Yeah, they were not. That was a shootout win.
Yeah, I have to get that one fixed. So that one should be a winner. So it should be a 2-2-1 night for hockey. Your push being the Stars, your winners being the Blue Jackets and the over in the Jets game, your losers being the Ducks and the Blues. We do have a free play up on the site today because I did Nova. I put Nova up on the site as a free play. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 college basketball plays up already and ready to get rolling with some more college basketball, NBA, all that stuff. We need to get NBA and NHL in the win column for 2025. All the other ones are doing well for us. College football is 4-0. College basketball is profitable, and NFL is profitable for 2025 so far. So we need to get the other 2 sports there.
There you go. But head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's card.
Georgia +2.5. Let's get it. Had in every parlay. That was one of my favorite plays yesterday. Went up 8 units in college basketball. Hell yeah. Oilers, Leafs, Jets, Knights. The 4-game parlay that came through.
Hell yeah.
There you go. We're going to start off with the NBA today, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to kick it on off with the Indiana Pacers taking on the Chicago Bulls. Pacers 6-point favorites, total of 241 in this game. Line opened up at a 6. Got up to a 7 at one point, down to a 5 at one point. We're back to a 6, so no line movement there on the side. Line opens up 243. It's all the way down to a 241.5. So we do a move towards the under here in this one, as we have 71% of tickets, 70% of the cash is on the over. And yet this line's dropped 1.5. Kind of does make me a little bit interested in an under in this game. It's kind of a high total. And then 61% of the tickets, 60% of cash is on the Pacers. The line has not really moved there. When we take a look at what these two teams have done as of late, if my page wants to load, that would be cool. There we go. Chicago is actually played a little bit more towards unders as of late. That's one thing what I'm noticing there. 3-7 over under in their last 10 games. And on the flip side, the Indiana Pacers, they've actually been 5-4-1, so they're about split there on the total wise there. I would look under or nothing in this game. That's the way I would look at it. It's a really high total, and I get it. It's very tough to trust these two teams with an under. But with that being said, that would be the only way I'd look in this game is the under.
Well, I mean, the Bulls have gone under in 4 out of their last 5 games and 7 out of 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand being an under in this one. It's not as much with the Bulls. It's trying to trust the Pacers to go under. Last game they did. Because I remember they covered the spread and they went under, and I had the Nets in the over. So that was not fun. But this has been a Pacers team that I don't want to seem cliche or whatever, plays with pace. They allow 116 points a game, which is 22nd in the league. They're scoring 115, which is top 10 in the league. So they're playing with pace. So that's why it would be a little bit scary to want to do that. I guess the only thing I could lean towards is the Bulls plus the 6. But I feel like there's better spots on today's card.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's under or nothing for me. I got to figure out whether or not I would like to add that to the card.
Fair enough. Good luck today. Good to see you both back together. Yep, for today, and then I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow, so because I'm driving home. So sorry about that.
We have the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Cavaliers are 2.5-point favorites, total of 230 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Where it opened up at a -2, it's now a 2.5 for Cleveland. So you have a half-point line moving here towards the Cavs. Line opened up 227, it's now 230. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. If we want to look at the money line perspective, because this is kind of a closer spread, line opened up at 130. Now we're seeing 140 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 67% of tickets and 67% of cash is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The line's at least moved towards them as well. So that's something to keep in mind. 79% of tickets, 70% of cash is on the over here as well. The line has moved towards the over in this one here. It's Cleveland or nothing for me, really, is the way I was kind of looking at this game. Now, it looks like sharp money is coming in on the Thunder money line, because 23% of tickets, 62% of cash is on the money line for the Thunder. So it looks like that, but the line has moved towards the Cavs, which makes this game really tricky. These are two of the best teams in basketball, if not the
two best
teams in basketball. Number one in the West, number one in the East. And I mean, at -140, -145, I'm not gonna look to bet against the Cavaliers at that number when they're 18-1 at home this year. Just simply does not seem too appealing. And they've won 9 games in a row. The last game they lost was on December the 8th, so a month ago was the last time they lost a basketball game. So it would be Cleveland or nothing would be the way I would approach this game. But I don't think I'm going to get involved here.
I already did, and I did a free pick video on this game last night. Not a free pick video, sorry. I did this one part of the ball and out. I am on Cleveland. I know I'm a big Thunder person. I obviously heavy on the Thunder this year. these are still the two best teams in the NBA. Cleveland is 31-4.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy to see. But I kind of saw it with them last year. They were a good team last year. The only reason why they didn't make the NBA Finals was they were hurt. A healthy Cavs team, and they this team could easily win the Finals this year. And I have a ticket for them to do so. So I do like Cleveland in this matchup at home. I think they get to play each other again. When do they play each other again? January 16th, so not too far away in Oklahoma City. I'll take Cleveland today. I'll take Oklahoma City in the next game.
Heard. Yeah, I want to see if I can find a money line that's maybe affordable to take Cleveland in this spot.
I just took -2.5.
I know.
I don't really think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a 5 to 6 point game.
I can get 135 over on Caesars. I'm actually going to move on that. -135 Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay. Ole Miss, UConn, Oklahoma. I am actually. I think I'm against all of them. Aggies were a spreadsheet play. UConn is a system play. I think Ole Miss would be almost a system play too, because you got unranked Arkansas, who's a slight favorite against ranked Ole Miss. Right? Well, actually, I think Arkansas might be ranked too. That's why I didn't touch that game. Yeah, no, Arkansas is ranked too. Never mind. But I am on UConn. I am on not UConn, Nova, and I'm on the Aggies of Texas A&M. So I'm against you on two of those. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, Toronto Raptors, New York Knicks, 11.5 point favorites. Are the New York Knicks, total 231.5 in this game. We have this line opening up at a 12. It's down to 11.5. So we do have a half-point line movement here towards these Toronto Raptors. Line opened up at a 231.5. It's still 231.5 with a 5-cent line movement towards the over from 110 to 115. 81% of tickets, 84% of cash is on set over. 60% of tickets, 70% of cash on the spread for the New York Knicks, and it's gone from a 12 to an 11.5, which suggests that the Raptors could be a little bit live here to cover the number. Getting 40% of the tickets and 30% of the cash, but yet the line's moving a half point towards them. Toronto has struggled as of late, though, and they've not been covering numbers. They started off the year really good covering numbers.
Yeah,
they're 2-7-1 ATS in the last 10 games, 1-9 straight up. I don't trust the Raptors right now in order to put my money on them. They're a 1-15 in the United States this year, and I really don't have an interest in backing that here in this spot. So, I mean, it would be taking the points. It's dog or pass for me. It's dog or pass at the 11.5. But at this number, at this point, I'm not trusting the Raptors for anything right now.
I'm 100% on the same page. It's dog or pass, but I don't need to go after the Raptors right now. They have been letting me down as of late. So not a spot that I have to jump in, and I'm never laying 11.5 points. So this is another stay away spot. Just because there's games on today doesn't mean you have to bet them all.
Yeah, especially one like this where you're getting a big favorite. So correct. Yeah, it would absolutely be dog or pass for me.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Untouchable. Frustrating night with the Blues, Ducks, and Sens.
Yeah.
Let's keep on rolling, though, Nick.
Let's keep it going. The Philadelphia 76ers are 11-point favorites, total 221.5 in this game against the Washington Wizards. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here, where it opened up at an 11. It got all the way up to a 12, down to 11.5, and now we're seeing 10.5. So we're seeing a half-point line movement here towards Washington in this one here. And then we have this line opening up at 217.5. It's now 221.5. So we have a 4-point line movement towards the over here in this one, and a half-point line movement towards the Washington Wizards with 51% of the tickets and 56% of the cash on Washington. 88% of tickets and 91% of the cash is on the over here as well. I think this one's dog or pass as well. And I'm not somebody who wants to back the Washington Wizards by any stretch of the imagination. had a really good start. I've had a decent NBA season because of me fading this team consistently. Tricky spot here. I would lean towards them, but they're 1-13 on the road this year, so there's not a team I'm particularly over the moon to go ahead and back. 12-21-1 ATS, but they're also playing a Philadelphia 76ers team that's 14-20 this year. That should they be laying 10.5 points to anybody in the NBA is also the question.
No,
I don't think so either. It would be dog or pass here for me, but once again, it's a dog that I just don't trust.
Yeah, no, I don't bet Washington. There's no reason for me to. 6-28, 12-21-1 against the spread. Not a team that you need to get involved with. And if you do feel the need to get involved to it, there's a number that's 1-800-GAMBLER. If you feel the need to go ahead and bet the Washington Wizards. I am never taking the Sixers though at -11. That's just never happening. So this is, not if I'm going after anything in this game, it's the over, just because you got a Wizards team that does not play defense, but it's not anything that I feel the need to want to go and bet.
Yeah. Simple pass.
Yeah. A lot of ugly games on today's card.
Oh, yeah.
Also lost my 9-team college basketball teaser because Toledo of the buzzer. Oh, that sucks, dude. 76ers team total over in the over. Team total under for the Sixers. That's a different approach. I don't know if I like that one. Jordan Poole under 23 points. Defense step up after getting killed. The Rockets, and I don't know if I could trust the 76ers. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust the Sixers to do it. Are we on Villanova? Yes. Arkansas. It was a lean towards Arkansas. We did not pull the trigger on Arkansas. And Miami. I believe I'm on the opposite side of Miami. What does Miami get today? We're on FSU. Yeah, we're on Florida State today. Wizards don't know the word defense. Exactly. That's my point. There's a reason Nick stopped the team total over.
Yeah. I lost like 3 in a row, and then I stopped.
Fair enough.
All right, we're going to continue these ugly games because we have the Pistons are 8.5-point road favorites in this game. I'll say that again. The Detroit Pistons are 8.5-point favorites in this game. And want to hear the craziest part about the whole thing?
What?
The lines moved towards Detroit. It opened up at a 6.5, and now it's an 8.5. Line opened up 216. It's down to a 212.5. I'm assuming there's got to be some type of injuries here for Brooklyn for this line to be 8.5 for Detroit. Because last time I checked, Detroit's still one of the worst teams in basketball.
Detroit's been playing a hell of a lot better as of late.
Holy crap, they're 18-18. That shows how much I pay attention. They've won 4 in a row in 7 of their last 8. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, I apologize. I did not recognize your game, Detroit. Wow. And they're currently in a play-in spot.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Detroit. I see you. 56% of tickets, 61% of cash on Detroit. The line's moving towards them. 86% of tickets, 80% of cash on the over here as well. I mean, Detroit's interesting in this game, laying this many points on the road with Detroit, though. It's very, very concerning. I got to see, is there it looks like the Nets are without Bogdanovich, Russell, Johnson, Thomas, Melton. They're without a lot of their players. That's why this line is the way it is. Yeah, it's Detroit or nothing.
I'm on Brooklyn.
Really?
I'm so. Yeah, I understand the. Trust me, I've been watching the Pistons. I've been making money on the Pistons. They've been playing well as of late. They've won 7 out of 8, where their only loss was to the Nuggets. This has been a Pistons team that's been really solid as of late, and you just saw their record. But you look at them, they've been either dogs or they've been, and then they've been favorites, and then the games that they 6.5 and 7.5 point favorites, they're not covering. So I I don't think that they deserve to be this big of a favorite. So I'm personally going and taking the Nets here, especially if this is in Detroit, maybe a different story. But in Brooklyn, I'm taking the Nets.
That's understandable, yeah. It's enough to keep me off.
Simmons under Pra. Can't believe this guy is still in the league.
He's hurt. Or is he questionable? I saw him on the injury report.
Pistons win total for the year was 24.5. Ain't looking too bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pistons 3-8 as favorites. Exactly. There you go. Nets plus 8.5. I'm feeling gross on this NBA card. I'm with you. Sun Devils plus 14.5. Where is Arizona State Planner today? Are they at home? I'm trying to find them on the spreadsheet real quick. I feel like they would be down here. There they are against Kansas. We have it as a 12.7. So at a 14.5, it would be a slight lean towards the Sun Devils. Suppness. White Sox going to be like the Pistons. No, I don't think so. I enjoy your enthusiasm, but no, I don't think so.
I will be more enthusiastic about the Chicago White Sox if their opening day rotation includes Noah Schultz and Hagen Smith. That's the way I'll get excited about this team a little bit more. Let's get to the next one here. This is the one we've all been waiting for, Tim. It's the New Orleans Pelicans and the Portland Trailblazers.
Stop it. Get some help.
I really like this game, though. Let's get into it. We have the Pelicans are 2.5-point favorites in this game. Total of 225. Line opened up at a 2.5 minus 110. It's now 2.5 minus 115 for the Portland Trailblazers. So a 5-cent line movement towards Portland in this game. Line opened up 227. It's now 225. So we have a move towards the under here as well. We have 76% of tickets and 69% of cash. Nice is on the over in this game. We have 73% of tickets, 68% of cash on the Pelicans spread, 77 and 90 on the money line. And the line's moving slightly towards Portland in this game here. There's no way in hell the New Orleans Pelicans should be favored against anybody other than the Washington Wizards, because they beat them and covered both times against the Washington Wizards as 6 and 8-point favorites. All right, so that's the one time we can trust them. This is a New Orleans team that is 7 and 30 this year, and they're laying 2.5 points, and the public's on them. Give me Portland in this game. Give me Portland in the points on this spot. If I can find a 3, I'll be thrilled with that. The 2.5 I'm fine with. And it looks like 2.5 minus 110 over on Bovada. And actually, no, Fanatics. Fanatics, 2.5 plus 2.5 minus 110 Fanatics. Portland Trailblazers. Sign me up here with the Blazers.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, I'm not even coming close to this game. Not even thinking about it. This is your 1-800 Gambler Classic. I don't feel the need to go after this game. I will probably be on the last 2 games. I am not touching this one.
I think this is one of the better games of the day.
You're disgusting.
I love
Toilet
it.
bowl matchup, exactly. Pels, anytime they fave, I'm backing them. There's a reason that a 7-win team is laying. Yeah, because they're at home.
They're at home, but they're also on a back-to-back, which I don't like.
Speaking about teams on back-to-backs.
Yeah, we have the Denver Nuggets and the LA Clippers. This line opened up with the Nuggets as 1-point favorites. Now they're 2-point dogs. So we have a 3-point line movement towards the Clippers. This line opened up at a 231. It's down to a 226.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, and it's pretty balanced. 49% of the tickets are on. 51% of the tickets are on the Nuggets spread. 52% of the cash is on the Clippers spread. And then we have 52% of tickets and 69% of cash is on the Nuggets money line. The line moving towards these Clippers in this one here. This is LA or nothing for me. That's pretty plain and simple for that one. You have the Denver Nuggets coming in off of I get it. It's a loss, but you played the best team in basketball, one of the best teams in basketball in the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
And now this is a tricky spot, and we have the Clippers, they're coming in not playing the greatest. They've lost 3 of the last 4 games. I think this situationally sets up really well, though, for the LA Clippers. I think this is a bad spot for the Nuggets. And there's a reason why this line's, I think, continuing to climb. The best number I can get, -135 over on Bet365. I'm very interested in the Clippers here.
Keep in mind, we do not know the status of Nikola Jokic.
Here's the thing, though. If he's out, it makes me like the Clippers even more because he missed last night. Last night would have been the time to back the star.
Well, yes, okay.
With the star player
But
out.
that's why the line's flipped. So keep that in mind with your numbers and everything, is people don't know whether or not Nikola Jokic is playing tonight, and the line movement's kind of pointing me towards he's probably not. I'm not touching this game. I know I said I was looking at it. I was kind of looking at the over, but if there's no Nikola Jokic, then I don't know if I can really trust that. So, no, there's nothing involved, nothing in this game for me, Nick.
I'm going to move on the Clippers at -135 in this game. In this spot, I like this. I like the spot here for LA. So I'm going to take a shot with them here.
Westbrook was carrying the Nuggets yesterday, and it still wasn't enough. So, Nuggets back to back. Yeah, I know they're on a back to back. ECU -2.5 laying. I would never lay points with ECU. St. Louis and NC State. I'm on St. Louis, and I think we leaned NC State, but we did not bet NC State. There you go. Westbrook almost got his triple-double yesterday. Joker only worth 3 points. I think he's worth more than 3 points, but I don't know whether or not he's playing, so that's another story.
Yeah. I think they put that line in the middle of what he's worth because it gives them a little bit of leeway if he's in or out.
Correct. Final NBA game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are 5-point favorites in this game, total of 224.5. Line opened up 227 down to 225. It has come up from that 224.5 number. Line opened up at a 6, immediately went to a 5 less than a minute later, and then it went back up to a 6 a couple hours later, and now we're back to a 5. So really, we have either no line movement or a 1-point line movement, depending on the way you look at it. We have 58% of tickets and 55% of cash on the Bucks. The line's not really moving. If anything, it's moved slightly towards the Spurs. We also have 92% tickets and 92% of cash is on the over in this one as well. I think this is Spurs or nothing. At this number, the way that San Antonio has been playing this year has been pretty good. 18-18. They're another team that very low expectations heading into the year that I feel like kind of that's not overachieved, but they've gone past their expectations so far. And this is a team that's developing pretty nicely. They have lost back-to-back games. But I think this could be a nice little spot for them here. I like the Spurs as dogs. It's dog or pass for me.
I'm in the same boat. I already took the Spurs. This is a Spurs team that I'm actually really happy with this year. Because I know me and Higgs were both saying in the beginning of the year that the Spurs with Victor Wembanyama are going to be a little bit of a stronger team, and they've looked the part. They're not the trashy team that they have been the past couple of years. And I think they're going to continue to take strides in the right direction. Plus you get a Milwaukee Bucks team that just does not cover spreads. So, I'm all over the, Spurs to end the night for sure. Spurs, I got 5.5.
I like it. I might add them. I might add them later in the day. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that seems like a spot that I might add if I'm having a pretty solid day as a little bit of like a late night play.
Yeah. Hello, ESB and chat. What's up? What's up? Spurs, yes. Who saw Connor Zary break his knee on the Ducks?
I did not,
and I'm not going to go look at it now. What about the missed call in the Ducks game? Did not see it. Hooking on a breakaway and you don't call it?
Oof.
I was not watching the game, so I don't know. Let's head to the ice, Nick.
Yeah. And one thing you absolutely love to see is when you make a bet the night before, do a free pick video on it. And if you waited till the next morning, you could have gotten 20 cents better on the side you bet. Let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks and the Washington Capitals, which I did do a free pick video on last night. We have the Washington Capitals now around minus 185, minus 190 favorites in this game with a total 5.5 from juice towards the over or 6. I think this total is correct. I have this game projected at 5.84. So I think a 5.5 juice towards the over or a 6 is correct. My numbers have the Capitals around minus 115, minus 120. I took the Canucks last night at plus 145. And now the best available number you can get, I think, is in the 160s, which is very frustrating. It is what it is, though. You can get a plus 160 now when I got plus 145 last night. I would still take them in this spot. When I was looking at this number, I like the Canucks on the road better than I do at home. They've been a much better road team than they have home team. And this is a Washington Capitals team that when you look at their advanced metrics over the last 10 games, I don't know how they're winning games. I really don't. 2.62 expected goals for, 3.17 against. They've been a below average hockey team when you look at advanced metrics the last 10 games. And they've lost the expected goal battle in 7 of their last 9 games, and one of their expected goal battle wins was by 0.03 goals. So they're not outplaying their opponents anymore. This is a team that is, for me, when I look at my spreadsheet, in the overachieving category. So I'm going to take a shot here, fading them at a big number. Give me the Canucks here, and I'll take them at plus 160. Yeah, for me, I'm on Vancouver in this spot. I don't think I put it up on Cappertek yet. So I'll be able to get a better number on Cappertek, but I bet it last night at plus 145, so kind of frustrating there.
That's fine. I will say I picked out one play that I liked in NHL today, and we'll talk about that game. That's the third game we'll talk about. And if you guys watch Ballin' Out, then you would have seen it already. I'll be quick with the other games. None of them have any value to me. So I'm just going to stick with the one play that I do have.
Fair.
So I'll go ahead and put the Canucks up for you on the site.
Canucks plus 165. Yeah, Canucks money line. Yes. Tom Wilson goal. DeBrusk goal. Miller goal. Over 6. Washington money line and Ovechkin anytime goal. DeBrusk over 1.5 shot on goal is minus 170. Washington puck line too. Yeah, I disagree with you there, but it is what it is. Untouchable. We'll move on. Colorado Avalanche and the Chicago Blackhawks. The Avalanche minus 230 favorite, total 6.5 in this game. I have this game projected for 6.1 goals, so it's a slight lean towards an under. I do not have the Avalanche as a minus 230 favorite, though. The only question is, do I trust the Chicago Blackhawks to win a hockey game? And at plus 200, I see value on Chicago in this game. This is a Blackhawks team that, yeah, they're tough to trust. They're off of a 6-2 loss against the Rangers. They snapped a 5-game losing streak in that 4-2 win over the Canadiens, which we did have Chicago in that game. But is this a game I'm overly enthusiastic about fading the Avalanche? Not particularly. This is an Avalanche team that I grabbed a piece of them to win the Central. When I bet the Wild, I also put a unit on the Avalanche. So I'm higher on this Avalanche team too. So could I see this potentially as a potential draw game? I think that's a potential look here as well. It is a draw in this game. But for me, it would be Blackhawks or nothing if I'm betting the game, but not a game I'm going to particularly be getting involved with here. So it's a pass for me at the moment. It would be Blackhawks or nothing then.
Colorado's coming off of a nice win, right? Yeah, coming off a win against Florida. Would it be crazy if I look towards the Blackhawks?
No.
I think there's a little bit of value there, but not enough for me to pull the trigger. This is a Colorado team that actually has been showing a little bit more heart lately. They from what they did in the beginning of the year. They have won, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8 games. The one game that they lost was a shootout loss. So Avalanche back from the dead after having kind of a rough start to the year. Blackhawks are the worst team in hockey. I don't think it's particularly close. So I would lean towards Chicago in this one, but not really anything I needed to get involved with.
Yeah. I don't know. Are they really the worst team in hockey?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're 4 points behind the Sharks for the worst record in hockey. To not be in the worst record in hockey. So, but the Sharks do also have 3 games in hand on the Blackhawks, but that means very little, and the Blackhawks will probably lose at least 2 of those.
Yep.
So, all right. Yeah. Stay off for me.
I'll have a play in the next game.
There you go. Avs puck line. Kel McCarville, McKinnon 2+ assists. Hawks killed the Avs in their last matchup. Taking away, it was a 5-2 win for Chicago the last time these two teams played. Yeah, that was back where when Colorado wasn't right yet. This is a Colorado team that has massively turned a corner, and I feel like it's still very live to win the division. They're 7 points behind the Jets right now, which I'm not very high on the Jets. We'll move on, though. The Florida Panthers and the Utah Hockey Club. -125, -130s. I'm seeing 135s now for the Panthers. Total 6 in this game. I had this game projected at a pick'em. That was where my numbers came out for this one with the home ice advantage. I have this game projected. Both teams should be even money. And I have this game projected for 6.18 goals. This is Utah or nothing for me. Do I want to back Utah though? I mean, I don't want to fade the Florida Panthers after a loss. That's the one thing that does scare me. And Utah has struggled as of late. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games, and their only game they won was against Calgary. So kind of a tricky spot. And this is definitely not a get-right spot for Utah. So ultimately, I mean, it's Hockey Club or a pass. And if my only play is the Canucks today, I'm not going to lose sleep because this is not a great card.
Here's my one play, Nick. Puck lining, the Florida Panthers. If you guys saw balling out last night, I mentioned it there. I think you get a pissed off Florida team after a 3-1 loss against Colorado. This is a Florida team that bounces back well after losing, although the last 2 times that they've lost previous to this, they bounced back. Last 3 times, I don't know, because they got shut out back-to-back games, Tampa, Montreal. But this has been a team that normally, if you see them lose, they come back with a win the next day. And I can get plus now 195 on a puck line on them, so I want to take a shot there. So you'll take the Canucks, I'll take the Panthers tonight, and that's where we'll be for the hockey card.
Unless we get into the last game, which I don't think I don't know if I am or not going to get involved with the last game.
Fair.
I can see Florida winning this game 6-1 or losing 4-2. You never know what team's going to show up. Very true. Very, very true. Pass. What's good, Nicholas Handy? Over. Logan Cooley point. That's 124. Fair. Last game of the day. Yep. Calgary Flames and the LA Kings. The Kings are -230 favorites in this game. Total 5.5 in this one. The total, I think, appeals to me a little bit, and maybe the side a little bit too. We have Calgary. Calgary struggles a little bit on the road. That's one thing that does worry me. They're much better at home, where they're 13-6-3 at home compared to 6-8-4 on the road. So Calgary on the road does worry me a little bit. But the Kings laying -230. Granted, they're at home where they're 14-2-1 at Crypto.com Arena this year. They've been awesome, the LA Kings, this season, which is going to set them up perfectly to probably play the Edmonton Oilers in the first round of the playoffs again and lose. But value-wise, I see merit in targeting the +200 on the Calgary Flames. I think you can have an argument for every dog today. really, is the way I was looking at this card. I think this could be a dog-filled card where I'd go Flames or nothing. I think if you like the Flames, the better way to approach it would be the team total over for the Flames at 2.5, most likely. Because I have this game projected for 6.04 goals. So I see a value in the over here as well. This might be an over I add later in the day. But this would be over pass Flames team total, maybe. That's the way to look here.
Yeah, I'm not touching this game. Real quick, Nick, I know we just talked about the Colorado-Chicago game. Trent Miner is starting in goal for Colorado.
Who?
Trent Miner is confirmed. So I don't know if that makes any impact in it.
I have no idea who that is.
I don't know either. I'm just seeing it on Twitter that somebody posted saying, Miner, I hardly know her. And ha ha ha. But it was Trent Miner confirmed for the Colorado Avalanche today. Figure I'd throw that one out there. I'm passing on this game. I'm just going to stick with my Florida Panthers bet.
Fair. Hell no. Kings minus 231. No. Stay away. Exactly. Kings game under 5.5. Dustin Wolf plus 200. They saved him for this game. Kings team total under. That's an interesting way to approach it. I do have the Kings projected at 3.12 goals, so I can see a team total under here for them. For me, I believe the team total over for the Flames grades out slightly better than the team total under for the Kings. But yeah, I could definitely see a team total under 3.5 for LA in this one.
There you go.
That's everything, Tim.
Yeah. That is all of the plays for today. If you guys are interested, if you guys want to support the channel, you guys can become a member of the YouTube channel. We'll have the card posted up in about 5 minutes after I'm done with the show. We'll also have some you guys get access to the spreadsheet with that, free pick videos early, contest, which Nick how's the contest doing?
I updated the numbers for last month. Coyote did win, so message me or let me know how I can message you, and we'll get that figured out. As for January, I want more people participating in it. I really don't feel like doing the contest this month if it's just going to be me versus Coyote. No offense, Coyote. I need to see more participation. And if that's the way it's going to be, then I don't want to do it for January. So I don't have all the numbers graded yet. So it is what it is.
Yeah. He wants to see the numbers from yesterday, from last month.
You went. I'm there we go. You went 193, 197, and 3 up 13.45 units.
There you go. But that is everything for today. We'll be back again tomorrow. Well, Nick will be back again tomorrow. I'll be out. I'll be back on Friday and then Monday because I still can't do weekends. So, but we'll be back then. But that's going to do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.